EC4 Leadership in Organization. Instructor Virgilio Dec Parsena. So we're now going to discuss the different theories of leadership. The first one is called the trait theory. Early on, it was thought that leaders were born with inherent physiological and personality traits. Bases are by age, height, intelligence, academic achievements. This identifies several general factors that differentiate leaders from non-leaders. By capacity, this means their capacity of solving problems, making judgment, and working hard. By achievements, the accomplishments such as academic record, knowledge, and sports. Responsibility, their dependability, reliability, self-drive, perseverance, aggressiveness, and self-confidence. Participation in and involvement, highly developed social interaction, popularity, swift adaptation to changing situations, and easier cooperation compared to non-leaders. Socio-economic status. Effective leaders usually belong to higher socio-economic classes. This is known as behavioral theory. This is initiating structure. So the role of a leader in defining his or her role and souls of group members. Consideration. Leaders, mutual trust and respect for group member ideas and feelings. There are two different behavioral theories. One is the role theory, meaning assumption about leaders in organizations are shaped by culture, training, session, modeling by senior managers. People define goals for themselves and others based on social learnings and reading. People subtly encourage others to act within the role expectation they have for them. And people will act within the roles they adopt. Now we have what the other type of behavioral theory is under the managerial grid. It is believed that managers have different leadership styles which led to two different dimensions of leadership. The concept of production, managers who is task-oriented and focuses on getting results or accomplishing the mission. And concern for people, managers who avoids conflict and strives for friendly relation with subordinates. This theory is contingency theory. The success of the leader is a function of various contingencies in the form of subordinate, task, and/or group variables. The leaders who are very effective at one place and time may become unsuccessful either when transplanted to another situation or when the factor around them changes. This helps to explain how some leaders who seem for a while to have the Midas touch suddenly appears to go off the boil and make very unsuccessful decisions. We have different sets of contingency theory. The Fiedler's contingency model. This states that there is not one best style of leadership. Rather, the most effective leadership style for any given situation is one that aligns with the situation at hand. The Harsey and Blackard situational theory. The theory states that instead of using just one style, successful leaders should change their leadership styles based on the maturity of the people, their leading, and the details of the task. Using this theory, leaders should be able to place more or less emphasis on the task. Path Goal Theory is a leadership theory that establishes a supportive plan for goal achievement. It analyzes not only the relationship between leader styles and various situations, but also what leadership styles are effective based on any given situation. Vroom-Yago contingency model is a decision-making model that helps leaders choose the best style for a given situation. It is a rational model used by leaders to determine whether they should make a decision alone or involve a group, and to what extent the group should be involved. Next theory is the situational theory. Situational theory or situational leadership theory is the idea that leaders should adjust their leadership styles to the situation and the needs of their followers. This theory suggests that no one leadership style is best for all situations. How situational theory works. Leaders should consider the maturity level of your team members, their readiness level, and the goals to be achieved. Leaders should adapt their style based on the task of the individuals or team they lead. Leaders should adapt their style based on the skill set of their employees. Leaders should adapt their style based on the organization structure and culture. The application of situational theory is this way. Have your competence, that's known as the D1. This is the entry-level skills. The leader's role will be directing. D2, the followers have competence but no mastery. Leader's role, coaching. D3, followers have relevant skills but still need help. Leadership role, support. D4, followers decides how the leaders will be involved. Leadership role, delegating. What are the different factors of leadership? The leader, you must have an honest understanding of who you are, what you know, and what you can do. To be successful, you have to convince your followers, not your superiors, that you are worthy of being followed. The follower, you must know your people. The fundamentals starting point is having a good understanding of human nature, such as needs, emotions, and motivation. Communication factor, this is the nonverbal communication, okay, in leading. When you set examples that communicates to your people that you would not ask them to perform anything that you would not be willing to do. Bad communication harm the relation between leaders and employee. And the situation. We must use our judgment to decide the best course of action and the leadership style needed for each situation. So what we do in one situation will not always work in another. So we'll stop with the leadership theory for now. Okay? The rest will follow in the next lesson.